In today's video, I want to talk about how much of Decentraland's native token called Mana in order to potentially become a crypto millionaire. However, before I continue on any further, please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. These are all just hypothetical scenarios, and there's absolutely no guarantee that any of it is going to happen. In addition, I think it's important to note that as of right now, the current circulating supply of Mana is sitting at 84% of the total supply. So just keep in mind that as the circulating supply changes, these calculations may be affected as well. But with that being said, let's now take a look at some hypothetical millionaire scenarios. If we take a look at this, if Mana were to go to just the price of $5, it would be over a 16x from here. And at that point, you would need to own 200,000 Mana in order to become a millionaire. And 200,000 Mana, by the way, as of right now, is worth $60,000. And now when I say $60,000, some people, they may be saying, wow, 60 G's? That's insane. And I agree, $60,000 is a lot. A lot of people, they don't even have that much in their entire crypto portfolio, let alone one single crypto. However, I will say this, I still think that Mana going to the price of $5 is quite amazing nonetheless. And here's my rationale. Let's say I were to put $1,000 into Mana right now. And for instance, if Mana during the next bull run were to go to just the price of $5, at that point, I would have managed to turn my $1,000 investment into over $16,000. And now, of course, that wouldn't make anyone a millionaire, but turning $1,000 into over 16 grand, in my opinion, is quite impressive nonetheless. And now I want to talk about the next price target for Mana, and that is Mana at the price of $10, which by the way is over a 33x from here. And at that point, in order to become a millionaire, you would need to own 100,000 Mana, which is currently worth $30,000 as of right now. And personally speaking, do I think that Mana could go to the price of $10 during the next bull run? I think so, and here's my rationale. First of all, I think that Decentraland is one of the best metaverses out there. Let's face it, right? A lot of metaverses out there, they completely suck. They're complete caca. However, that is not the case when it comes to Decentraland. Decentraland is fun, it's exhilarating, I think it has fantastic graphics, and I think it is very enticing to play. I think Decentraland as a metaverse stands on a league of its own. I think it's a lot better than the majority of the competition. And here's the thing, a lot of people, they like to say, oh wow, Decentraland's done, especially those Decentraland haters. But in my opinion, Decentraland is far from over. As a matter of fact, in the past 30 days alone, there has been over 2.4 thousand unique active wallets on Decentraland, and there has also been over 44,000 transactions as well. Still, despite the bear market, Decentraland is still showcasing these type of numbers, which I think is a true testament to just how special they are. I think if anything, that showcases the conviction that people still have for Decentraland. And when I take into consideration just how special Decentraland is, I don't see why its native token called Mana during the next bull run won't go to the price of at least $10. At least that's the way I take a look at it. And now I want to talk about the next price target for Mana, and that is Mana at the price of $16. And at that point, you would need to have owned 62,500 Mana in order to become a millionaire. And 62,500 Mana, by the way, as of right now, is worth $18,750. And when it comes to Mana at the price of $16, some people, they may think that this is a very unrealistic target for Mana. However, I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because I think that the metaverse overall has so much potential. As a matter of fact, when we take a look at this, according to McKinsey, they predict that the metaverse could reach $5 trillion in value by 2030. So clearly there is still a lot of potential in the metaverse industry, in my opinion. And I think that moving forward, as the metaverse continues to grow, I think so will spectacular metaverses, much like Decentraland. So when I take that into consideration, I don't see why Mana during the next bull run won't go to the price of at least $16. And now, I want to talk about a massive milestone for Mana, and that is Mana at the price of $20. And if Mana were to reach $20 in price, you would need to own 50,000 Mana in order to become a millionaire. And 50,000 Mana, by the way, as of right now, is worth $15,000. And now, when it comes to Mana at the price of $20, this could really get those Decentraland haters going. When I say this price target, a lot of the Decentraland haters are probably now running over to their girlfriend's boyfriend. But here's the thing. I think that Mana going to the price of $20 could very well be a reality for it during the next bull run, and here's the reason why I think so. And the major reason why I think so is because I think that the next bull run could look so massive. And here's my rationale. As of right now, we have over 420 million people around the world owning cryptocurrencies. When I say this figure, some people, they may think, no, that's not really that impressive. But in reality, it's very impressive because when you think about this, in 2021, during that massive bull run at that time, there was roughly only around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies. So just imagine if that bull run that year was that massive with only around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies, and just imagine what the next bull run could look like, especially now that we have over 420 million people owning cryptos. In my opinion, when you have that many people owning cryptos, during the next bull run, the amount of FOMO, buying pressure, and buying volume could very well be at such an astronomical level. And I think that during the next bull run, I believe that Bitcoin could at least go to the price of $100,000. I strongly do believe that, especially when I consider just how massive the next bull run could be. And I think if that were to happen to Bitcoin, I think at that point, the altcoin season, it'd just be insane. And I think that when altcoins start rallying, I think so will spectacular cryptocurrencies, much like Mana. So when I consider just how incredible Decentraland is, and when I consider just how massive the next bull run could be, I do think it's fair to assume that Mana during the next bull run could at least hypothetically go to the price of $20 and prove a lot of the Decentraland haters out there wrong. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it.